A US senator just said the president is about to seize control of the waterway that decides what you pay at the pump and obliterate anyone who tries to stop him. Senator Lindsey Graham said on Face the Nation Sunday morning, if this deal fails, President Trump is going to take the Strait of Hormuz over by force. The United States will control the Strait of Hormuz, will charge a fee for all those who go through to pay for the operation, and if Iran contests control of the Strait of Hormuz by the United States, we will obliterate them. Trump posted the same idea on Truth Social hours earlier, calling the US the guardian angel to the countries of the Middle East and promising tolls on every ship that passes through if diplomacy collapses. Now, this isn't a fringe position. It came from the Oval Office and from a senator who says he spent 4.5 hours with the president on Friday. And if you drive anything, it directly affects you. Here's why. Roughly 25% of the world's seaborne oil trade and 20% of its LNG passes through a 21-mile bottleneck between Iran and Oman called the Strait of Hormuz every single day. There is no alternative route out of the Persian Gulf. That oil either moves through the strait or it doesn't. Iran has effectively controlled it since February 28th when the US and Israel launched coordinated strikes, killing the supreme leader. Iran closed the waterway in retaliation. The IEA called it the largest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market. You felt it at the pump. Diesel hit $5.59 per gallon in mid-April. The EIA projected a 2026 average of $4.80 per gallon versus $3.66 the year before. Gasoline averaged over $4 nationally for the first time since 2022. And diesel is the number that actually matters. Every truck moving freight runs on it. Every delivery, every grocery store restock, every car shipped from a port, diesel is baked into the cost of all of it. Pre-war forecasts had diesel averaging $3.47 a gallon in 2026. The Hormuz crisis pushed it to $5.37 by late March. That's why new and used car prices have been creeping back up. Shipping costs, parts cost, dealer logistics, all of it runs on diesel. On June 17th, Trump and Iranian President Pezeshkian signed a memorandum of understanding at the Palace of Versailles. The strait would reopen. Both sides would enter 60 days of direct negotiations and markets rallied. Oil dropped nearly 5%. That only held out for about 24 hours. Israel and Hezbollah resumed fighting in Lebanon. Iran had made a Lebanon ceasefire a condition of any deal. Israel said it wasn't bound by the US-Iran agreement. Iran announced it was reclosing the strait. As of Sunday, US Central Command was saying traffic is still flowing. Iran's Revolutionary Guard was simultaneously warning vessels not to approach. Two countries, two completely different versions of whether the waterway is open. Talks are happening in Switzerland right now. So what actually happens if the talks fail and Trump moves on the strait militarily? The US would be seizing and operating an international waterway that Iran considers its own, and charging every tanker from Japan, China, South Korea, and Europe a fee to pass through. Now, Graham saw this as pretty simple. Take it, run it, fund it with tolls. What he didn't address is what happens to the oil prices during such a campaign, or how long it takes global supply chains to stabilize under US military administration of the world's most important energy choke point, or what that does to the car market. Because if you thought 2021 inventory shortages and price gouging was bad, a prolonged military standoff in the Persian Gulf makes that look pretty small in comparison. Graham's answer is that the threat itself changes Iranian behavior. Gas prices will come down, he told Meet the Press when he put Iran in a box. The EIA has already warned that fuel prices could keep rising for months even after the strait fully reopens. The UAE's state oil company estimates full flows won't resume until 2027. The talks in Switzerland this week are the thing to watch, not for the geopolitics, but because what gets decided there is the single biggest variable in what you pay at the pump, what a new truck costs, and whether the used car market stabilizes or spikes again before the end of the year. We'll keep you updated.